All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're talking about a huge shift in how we create and share knowledge. We're going to look at the push to tear down the old walls of academic research and figure out what that really means for all of us. So, let's start with a really big question. In an age where you can get anything instantly, why is so much of the most important, game-changing research still locked away from the very people it's supposed to help? It's a weird paradox, and it's right at the heart of what we're exploring today. This quote really just nails it. The old way of doing things, the lone academic hidden away in their super specific field, that's on its way out. A totally new kind of researcher is taking their place, the interdisciplinary digital scholar. They're the ones who hold the key. But before we get to know them, we gotta understand the problem they're up against. To really get the solution, you have to understand the problem first. And trust me, it's a big one. It's built on these two really powerful, really restrictive ideas: the ivory tower of intellectual isolation and the very, very real barrier of billion-dollar paywalls. Think of it like this. All this amazing knowledge is stuck in a double-locked box. On one side, you've got intellectual silos, where experts in one field almost never talk to experts in another. And on the other side, proprietary paywalls that hide research behind crazy expensive subscriptions. The thing is, these two problems feed each other, and they just suffocate real innovation. And you can see the contrast laid out so perfectly here. The old model, it's all about isolation, keeping things hidden. But the future, that's being built on working together, on being open. It's this massive shift away from tiny, niche specializations towards something called interdisciplinary synthesis. And let's just wrap our heads around that financial barrier for a second. We are talking about an industry worth over $1 billion a year, an industry built entirely on keeping information away from people. To put that into perspective, with $1 billion, you could fund over 10,000 PhD researchers for a whole year. Instead, that money goes into building this huge economic wall that blocks us from vital knowledge. It's wild. And yeah, this system has some very real consequences. When good ideas can't mix and mingle, innovation just grinds to a halt. When amazing discoveries are kept under lock and key, we all lose. And the more we specialize without collaborating, the bigger the gaps in our understanding become. But okay, it's not all doom and gloom. Not at all. As we shift away from the problems, a really clear solution starts to come into focus. And this is where our hero, the digital scholar, finally enters the picture. So who is this person? Well, a digital scholar isn't just somebody who's good with computers. They are a fundamentally new type of researcher. What makes them special is their ability to connect different fields, using digital tools to swim through these huge open access oceans of information. They're connectors, they're synthesizers. Their toolkit really comes down to 3 essential skills. First up, digital fluency. That's the tech know-how to work with tons of complex data. Second, they have to know how to navigate open access ecosystems to find and share info freely. And third, and this might be the most important one, they have to actually foster collaborative inquiry, meaning they actively work with people in totally different fields. And the impact of this, it's huge. This isn't just some tiny tweak in how things are done. We're talking about the dawn of a completely new era for research and discovery. The ultimate goal here is to basically flip the script entirely. Right now, a biologist and a computer scientist working together is seen as this rare, special event. This new model wants to make that kind of teamwork the default, the everyday standard for how we ask and answer big questions. This chart really spells it out, doesn't it? The goal is a crystal clear move away from that model of deep but super narrow specialization. We're moving toward a future where the real value, the real breakthroughs, are found in synthesis, in combining knowledge from different places to finally see the whole picture. I love this quote. It's fantastic because it points out that researchers are the ones driving this. This isn't just something happening to them. By learning these new skills, they are literally taking back the power of information and putting it where it belongs, in the hands of everyone, not just a select few. So when you boil it all down, what's the big takeaway? It's about building a future where knowledge isn't locked up, where it's fundamentally open and accessible for everybody. And this, right here, is why it all matters so much. This isn't just about changing how academics do their jobs. It's about changing the role of research in our society. The ultimate point is to treat the knowledge we create not as some private thing to be bought and sold, but as a public good that's there to serve everyone. And that leaves us with a final, really important question to think about. These new digital scholars, they're paving the way. But this challenge really belongs to all of us. How do we keep building the systems and the culture where knowledge truly, genuinely serves everyone? It's the question for the future of research, and it's definitely one worth chewing on.